Alright, so this is going to be a slightly different video than I normally make. A lot of times it's unboxing videos. A lot of times, a couple times I've done playthroughs of solo modes that I created or enhanced from what existed in games. And I really enjoy doing that. But, going through my game collection recently, and listening to other YouTubers and just looking at the market in general, I always wonder, we get fed as gamers, as board gamers, or pretty much anybody in any hobby, we get fed so much marketing and, I don't know, they call it FOMO, right? Where there are just some cool things that are out. Now, one of the unboxings that I just recently did was for Everdell Emerald. I got caught in that because I'm a huge Everdell fan. Tabletop Tycoon is not poor. They definitely make enough money, and Everdell is definitely an IP that also makes a lot of money. So go figure why they were actually wanted to do a Kickstarter other than making a lot of money. So, but they got it. So I don't blame them, right? I mean, if I could start a Kickstarter and get guaranteed money and produce something that I could have probably produced without the Kickstarter, I would do it. It's just the way it works. But okay, so what you're looking at right now is, before I can kind of continue down that road that I was just talking about, before I continue, I wanted to tell you what I'm trying to do. I've been looking at a couple of boxing videos of Ark Nova. You can spend money and buy a custom insert. I think there's a couple companies that either make foam inserts like this. I'm talking about this is made of foam core generic. It's not foam core, but it's like foam core. So I just finished creating this little box. Nothing to speak of, but it's interesting is you really have to measure correctly, otherwise this won't be, this has to be 90 degrees and it has to meet up with this. I had to cut it myself. I didn't have a pattern. It's fun. It keeps me going. People make it. It's meant to go here, right? One, to prevent, and when the box moves, to prevent, this happening. And also, of course, storage of things like board game meeples that come with the game. Put that in there. That's what comes with everything right now. There's nothing special other than, I added this foam and added this foam core thing. And this foam stuff is, you guys probably encounter it all the time. Like you'll buy some packaging from wherever and you'll pull it out and it has like foam packaging that holds it, like this kind of, it's thick and firm, right? So I have a ton of that stuff from all kinds of packaging that I bought throughout the last several years. And I just keep it. I cut it up, keep it, and I use it for things like this. Here's another piece. Believe it or not, these are pieces that were left over from the packaging that this table came in. So I am definitely living off that. Don't need to buy anything special. I don't always need fancy inserts. I really enjoy building things like this myself. It's good. It's fun. All right, so back to my rant. Wouldn't call it a rant. I would say that it's just an observation, and this could be for any industry. But the board game hobby is a great hobby. The problem with it is it has to be fast enough, like to chase whatever. So if I put out a game, let's just say I put out Ark Nova, and I don't even know when this game came out. It was 2023, 2022, 2018. When is it? 2021. Feuerland, Capstone Games. I'm just saying, you can look at it right here. Capstone Games. Feuerland. All right, so 2021. So if I don't do anything to keep this game IP in the public consciousness, it'll come and go. It'll be old-fashioned. It's like clothes, right? You buy clothes, you look on the rack and buy, the next season they're all gone and you have to buy new clothes. Always putting out something new. Well, I'm finding that board games are kind of like that too, right? And it's like in anything, it's the way it is. There are some game publishers out there that make games that are, Ark Nova too, right? They make these things so that they are affordable enough for us to buy. Of course, now with tariffs, that's a different story. But prior to tariffs, make it affordable enough for us to buy, and also make the company a decent profit. But if it goes out of the public's mind, because people are talking about something else, something new, something better, what came out. I mean, people always compared Ark Nova and what were some of the other games? I'm trying to think. I know Wingspan was part of that, but you have so many competing titles. Lost Ruins of Arnak. I love Pirates of Maracaibo. There's another one called Spectacular, which is in the same vein as Ark Nova. And then, of course, you have industry trends, right? So Ark Nova is great, but then industry trends are like, well, I want a smaller box game that I can get to the table now, right, fast. Ark Nova is kind of like that. It is... you have these boxes, you can take out the different tiles pretty easily. But people want something that you can get out quickly, easy to teach, and put away. So people started coming out with smaller box games. For a while there, and card games became popular. Collectible card games, or basically deck builders. Or trick-taking games, Lord of the Rings trick-taking game. So industry trends come along. And if I don't continue to either push content creators or advertise, people will forget about these things. Okay, yeah, they'll show up in Target and you can see it, but people won't remember it, won't know about it. New people won't be able to come in and discover it as easily. So there's this constant conveyor belt of games that are coming through. And, if you're, I'm a collector, so I love collecting things. And board games are one of the things I'm collecting now, of course. And in a year and a half, I've amassed a collection of over 100 games. So it's quite a bit of an investment, if you want to call it an investment. And I really love it. I really love the board game hobby. I love unboxing things. I love playing them. I play 100% solo at this point and love it. But, so in some cases I like the fact that there's a conveyor belt of new games. But at the same time, here I am looking at Ark Nova, also looking at my collection of games and realizing, like, crap, I spent a lot of money on games. A lot of money on games. A lot of these were new. I think very few games I bought used and or secondhand. Some of them I did, and they were great. One of them, like the Uwe Rosenberg Newsford, I bought secondhand. It's great. Obsessions. I didn't realize that there were multiple editions, and this was first edition. I was wondering why they were selling it so cheap, and it hadn't even been punched. So it's like, what? I'll buy it. Well, it's still a game, and I bought that secondhand, and I'm happy with it. I would say of the 100 games, I have started each one, but I have not completed each one. In fact, I'm hoping to eventually record me playing each and every game that I have, and most of them all of them actually, can be played solo. So you'll be seeing solo gameplay from me. That's what I really enjoy. So, back to the topic. Conveyor belt, got to be in the hearts and minds of people, but we get so much stuff thrown at us, and sometimes we just need to stop and play with what we have. I mean, there's so many games that come out every year, thousands of games. Some of them are, it's like the video game industry was or is still. There are hundreds and hundreds of titles that come out, and some of them are really bad. You feel bad. It's like, oh wow, I bought this for $5.99. No wonder it's terrible. And I'm sure board games are like that as well. I have not picked up a bad board game, but at the same time, I've looked at reviews of board games, before I buy it. And fortunately, I agree with the reviewers, and I really enjoy the game, or I really don't. There are some games that I've played that everybody is like raving about, fantastic, and I have a tough time getting through the game. So part of it is just learning curve, right? I'm having to learn by myself, or watching Rodney's Watch It Played, or some of the other content creators have how-to plays. But beyond that, I'm sitting there learning myself, just trying to figure it out. So I have all these games. People have all these games. We get sold titles every year, and it keeps the publishers in business, which is good. But I think we're going too fast in some regard. I'm sure if there are any gaming people watching this, well, I'm sure they're not. I don't have very many subscribers, so I don't think anybody will come up and listen and watch this. But we get fed too much stuff all the time, and that's a sales job, right? It's like cars. Every year there's a new car. They want to push new cars. But at the end of the day, people have only so much money. You can't buy every new game that comes out. We just need to take a look at what's out there. What old games do we have that you can, replay or put on your shelf and don't touch for a year or two, and then get back to it after a while because hopefully you've forgotten it. I have a game like that. It has a lot of replayability, but it is fixed, and that's called Black Sonata. There's a lot of replayability. You can, randomize it to a certain extent, but you can randomize the start, I guess you could say, to a certain extent. But the games only have it's like hidden movement and deduction, but the hidden movement you could eventually, if you're smart enough and you pay attention enough, you can, you'll remember what it is. Like, oh yeah, it's this pattern, so I'm going to follow it. And so there's a point where it'll run dry. But if you put it on yourself long enough, you're going to forget, hopefully, and then come back to it and, have a memory loss, and so you can enjoy the game a second time. Other games I like, Citizens of the Spark, Spirecrest. I like Spirecrest. Actually, Spirecrest is the expansion. I keep on, what is it? Silverfrost is Everdell Silverfrost. Spirecrest is the expansion for Everdell. They're both snowy. Snowcrest, the Kinfire Delve series. I love all those. There are obviously a lot of similarities between the playthroughs, but can be a little randomized enough where things are different. So go back to your old games. Go back and keep them, try them out, or sell them to other people so they can enjoy them. Pass it on. Board Game Geek has a nice market. Do Facebook. But try to keep old games. Keep them alive. There's a lot of work, a lot of blood, sweat, and tears went into creating a game like even Ark Nova. And it's just, to recognize it is to keep it alive forever. So what I'm going to do, even though I love buying new games, because I think everybody likes to go shopping and get something new, I'm going to avoid that. So for the next, I'm going to say 2 months, 3 months, I'm not going to do any kind of unboxings of new games, because I'm not going to get any new games. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to go through my library of games, and I'm going to start playing them solo, and I'm going to try to record them here, and you can watch me play. And I suggest you guys do the same thing. If you really enjoy board gaming, obviously it's you got to support your local game store. You got to support publishers, or they'll be out of business. But at the same time, don't always go for the new stuff every time. There's a huge amount of things in the back library that's they're just as good. I appreciate there was a playthrough I saw for FinSpan. Came out recently. I mean, I think it's a little apropos because there's a new title coming out, a new expansion for FinSpan. But I saw a playthrough, and FinSpan came out January 22nd, 2025. So it's in the game industry, it's a fairly old title. It's last year. It's so last year. But content creator like me, very few subscribers, decided to do it. I love that. I love that. Okay, so this is like a little bit of a insert here because the camera, for some reason, stopped recording. I didn't notice, and I'm just like talking and talking and talking. And so a lot of the video just was gone. So I tried to re-record it. I just got the end. The end is all I'm going to put in. But I know we were talking about FinSpan, so I decided to put this up as a just kind of a little insert. But now we're going to continue to the end of the video. Thank you for being patient, and I'm sorry about this little insert. Anyways, I'm done ranting. This video's gone on long enough. Look for it. I hope you enjoy it. And I hope you didn't mind this type of content. It's just my own, just my own opinion on things, and I'm going to try to actually play a lot of my titles. Go back, I'm going to, as they say, eat your own dog food. I'm going to go back and try to document and replay a lot of the games that I have right now, 100 plus of them. So look forward to some playthroughs. And I'm probably going to start from the left going to the right. And the first one's going to be Village Green. Really simple. Small game. It takes 15 minutes to play. So look for small playthroughs like that. All right. Thank you all very much for watching. If you've made it this far, like and subscribe. Tell your friends about me, and, we can enjoy the hobby together. All right. Take care, everybody. Bye-bye.